What's up? Welcome to Crazy.
Sexy.
Cool.
Yo, that gave girl groove.
Well, my harmonies is on 10. No shade. My harmonies is definitely on 10.
But anyway, y'all, as y'all can see, so this is Crazy Sexy Cool. This is the new podcast coming at you. Can y'all believe we is really doing this right now?
This is 2 years in the making? 2 years
It
in the making.
took a minute, but we're here. I'm excited.
I'm so thankful because I feel like this is the right space at the right time. We in a room full of femme queens, mind you.
Femme queen. Tell them what a femme queen is.
We got a couple of bush queens in the place though.
But for right here, it's gonna be a lot of femme queen energy.
Spirit.
Well, what is femme queen energy? Like, what is femme queen?
Confidence, alluring, sex, energy, just the vibe of the room. She's the energy of the room. The space is her.
I like to say it's divine femininity.
First of all, we're all women of trans experience. So, you got the femme queens and then you got the trans. So
It's the same.
Femme queen.
It's not.
Femme queen.
We're not gonna say, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's definitely not the same.
It's a separation.
Okay, I know. I'm just joking.
It's like when you get, your graduation papers. That's your femme queen. Oh. Until you graduate, you didn't graduate.
Well,
yet.
Okay, so
Did you?
Sure did.
The girls is getting catty right out the door.
No.
They're getting catty right out the door.
This is what I mean.
Sister, you're sitting.
So femme queen though, so Chastity is laid back, in society, she's laid back, she's cool, but then the femme queen, it's Tempress.
She's putting a voice on.
So that's
Catch
my
the voice.
alter ego, it's just over the top femininity. That's a word that
Can
comes from ballroom.
you give me Tempress's voice, please?
Which voice is, wait, what?
Let me tell y'all, I got a whole bunch of voices, bitch. And I don't know which one is going to come out. So whatever one you get. It just depends on how I'm feeling in the moment. And I do this one voice that people tell me about that I didn't know that I do it. So if I do it, I'm just letting y'all know. I think that's it.
That's it right there. Is that the professional voice?
I can't help it no more. I've done it so long. I can't help it no more. Excuse me.
Well, let's start off introducing what this amazing platform is to our new viewers that will be watching this.
Well, why don't you do it? Why don't you start it off? Let them know how it happened. Because you the one
who
called us and shit. You called us.
Okay. Don't shoot the femme queen down.
I ain't gonna be a femme queen the whole night, though, y'all.
I'm a lot of characters. I'm all different type of people for me.
Me
so
too, girl.
I don't know who's gonna tap in for the next second. But this really started years and years and years ago for me. I saw a space that was empty for the girls because I felt like people try to put femme queens in such a small box. Well, trans women, I'm gonna say trans women, in such a small box. And I wanted a space where we all can come together and just have conversation. So the first thing that I thought about was Sister Circle. And I remember when I met we was in the hall where we had a really deep conversation, and she just gave me such amazing flowers that, I was a little baby, but she was just saying I'm going in the right direction, and she was just let me know she was proud of me. But I wanted that space to kind of just, for different trans women, because it's so many different girls. You have a photographer over here, you have a videographer standing behind over there, and then you have a person that owns this whole company over there, and then you have so many different. But yeah, so I just wanted a space for us to come down and just woosah, because when we step outside, it's just we all tap into this survival type of energy. We all in our bag, and I just wanted us to kind of reminisce with each other. So moving forward, because of the pandemic, that had to go away, and I called my sister, both of these sisters, and I was like, what do y'all think about doing a show? And we had a couple other girls, but I wanted a space on Facebook, and it didn't work out. It was called Sister Circle again, and then we got to know each other, talked, embraced each other, and then we thought about doing a podcast. And I'm gonna let them, because they kind of came up with the name.
So what
I'm sorry. Let me say this. I called her first. I called her first because one thing about this lady right here, like, she has your back. Like, this is one of the girls that is like, she's fighting for everyone, especially all different type of trans girls. And she just always made me feel safe to talk to her about my ideas and my creative, thinking. And I came to her first, and I was just like, "Sis, what you think about this?" And she was just like, "Bitch, I'm down. Let's do it. And then I definitely had to call Miss Tempress because growing up, it's so many different girls that a lot of girls who are in ballroom and, especially face girls, more of the beauty categories, they're more quiet, sitting to the back. And she was definitely outspoken. And ballroom is such sometimes patriarchy. And she stood her ground against everyone. And I was like, bitch, if I ever do something, I want to work with her. Like, she inspired me not to be pussy around men, around anybody. Stand up, no matter how good you want to smell, no matter how good you want to look. Bitch, don't matter. No, bitch, I'm not standing in no table. But I had to call her, and she was like, yeah.
And I was like so excited. I can remember when you called because I was writing down. I was living in Atlanta. Y'all know I've been back and forth from Atlanta and New York. Like, I can't decide where I want to stay, but I think I'm staying in New York this time. But I remember you calling me and we picking up the phone, and I'm like, Asia? She's like, yeah. She was like, I got this thing I want to do, well, that's what we talk, blah, blah, blah. I've noticed that you're on these different panels or however. And I've always wanted to do a podcast. Like, I just... I grew up, I'm the only child. I got so many characters inside of me, and I just want to let them out. Sometimes, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity. It was like the alignment for where I was going and what I was doing. Like, I was getting back outside. Like, for me, I am one of the older girls, but we call them seasoned in the scene. I am a seasoned girl. We are different generations. So for someone from her generation to want to hear my point of view, I was just like, I'm on board. What's up? Let's do this. And it was like, for me, an introduction of me again to the world in a different way.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, even for me being seasoned, because we are all from different generations. And you know me, I believe that intersection conversations between demographics of age, like, it really speaks to how, connected we are. So I remember when I did meet you, you were doing support groups, and you were sitting there, because I knew Asia to be like this hyper performer, oozing sex and just all over the floor, femme queen. And like, I saw you, and I never forget, I was calling my mom, and I was like, oh, I just saw Asia. Oh my God, she looks so beautiful, and blah, 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 blah. And I saw you sitting in GMAC in the chair. You was like, I'm waiting for group. I was like, well, what group are you going to? He was like, no, I run the group.
Oh, yeah, I came to the group.
Yes. And I was like, wow, it kind of like let me see that there's layers to who we are, and I felt safe. Even though you said I made you safe, like, more often than not, there's this intergenerational conversation around how the young and the old don't get along, and we don't see eye to eye.
Especially the girls.
Yeah.
We do. We just have a lot of men in the background playing them strings that they should stop.
Absolutely.
Well, I've always been a girl's girl, so it's like it was so easy for me to say yes to you. Because, of course, I love Tempress. Since I met Tempress, like, it's been such a maternal type thing. Like, she's straight laced, but
her mother.
She said she sees it. That means
yeah, she throw a little picante on there every now and then.
Yeah.
And, but I'm a girl that's receptive of that. So I felt like us coming together, like you said, the alignment just made sense. Like, why not? There's so many shows out there. We're not the first ones to do it, and we won't be the last. But we will definitely have our place in history where our voices were heard on topics that impact us, on topics that surround us and our culture.
Because you hear a lot of people talk about us, but sometimes we ain't in those rooms.
Or
it's different types. Like, and then a lot of times they think it's a monolith. Like, they feel like all the girls are alike. We are not all alike. There are different,
Before
like,
we
there's
get
a
crazy,
plethora.
before we get crazy, can we please take a touch the glass with each other? Because this is such an amazing
let's get a
opportunity.
shot. Let's set it
definitely
off.
get
Let's
there.
set it
Because
off
it's
for the
like,
shot.
Let's set this scene. What's good?
The new boy on the block is in the
That's
building.
the fake. Oh, wait,
Okay.
face. Is that Biaki? Yes,
Biaki.
See, another thing is what we have in common is
Oh my God.
ballroom.
Come
See,
on.
you have
got
one job.
Oh my God! Did he spill it on you? Okay. See, they try to set aside.
Look.
They try to
See,
set aside.
I should have read those
the
Butch
Butch
Queens.
Queens.
I said something about those Butch
It's the
Queens, and he
VQs.
like,
No,
see?
let's not do the VQs like that because we want y'all to watch. Don't be like that. We love
Right,
y'all.
and we want y'all to
I
love
love my
y'all.
Butch
Y'all are our
Queens.
kings.
And y'all are our king.
So
No, we didn't even take
didn't
girls.
tell us.
Oh, I'm
Look,
so
Asia
sorry.
Did you
just
drink
said-
some?
I'm a
already?
little addicted to Hennessy. I love it when I smell it. It's just like
I think
That's
we
a
know.
Okay.
whole nother episode. Addiction.
Let's go here. Let's
Okay.
go. Success.
To crazy, sexy, cool, honey.
Yeah, 'cause she's a bunch of crazy ladies. Okay.
Come on.
I can't.
Okay, we're going to do this somehow.
Stretch that arm. You was just doing all the way the other night.
Ooh,
Did y'all
don't
have
do
cocktails
that.
already? No, to prosperity, success, to this going everywhere, to sponsorships and stuff like that coming. And well, let's talk about the collaboration first of all. How the alignment.
Oh, how did that even happen?
Well,
You wasn't.
Yeah.
BTFA.
Yeah,
You
of
pretty
course.
sure.
Yes, I
Why you asking
definitely.
me how
Well,
happy
I'm
girl
saying
you
now-
tell a story?
Oh my gosh, I feel attacked. They always attack things.
no, don't
Like,
do
it's just
that.
like,
'cause you
damn.
always
Instead of
say that.
attack, it's
They feel
when-
like I'm the baby.
It's
You know,
when-
they feel like
Here
they
she
feel like I'm the
goes.
baby.
Gee.
I know I'm a
Oh,
little girl,
boy,
but
here
Feels
we
like
go.
she's the baby because
I
I
know.
have Peter Pan syndrome. I think I'm young, bitch. I forget how old I am. I don't say my age all the time, but so I think I'm young.
You know, at a certain age, no shade. When it comes to femme queens at a certain age, we just forget. Like we don't
say
even
our
know.
age
We
no
don't
more.
even know
But
what
I'm
age we
no
are.
shade. No shade. I said this year I'm gonna tell everybody my age because it's a big one coming. And I was like, people are not making
one
it, and
coming.
especially in our community. A lot of times, like a lot of friends that I've had along the way
big one
are
coming.
not. I'm talking about something serious,
I'm saying your age.
bitch. I was going deeper than my age.
Oh, okay. Well, come on. See? Here we go.
Don't give the girls no cocktails, because if they ain't paying attention, I was getting real deep. I lost that girl.
Well, let me help you
No,
get
but
back
for
there.
real, no. A lot of people in our community have not made it to this age. So I'm like, bitch, celebrate that shit. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? He keeping me a little reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Where you look
let
over, where you
let
look sickening.
Thank you, so do you, sis. But yeah, for real. So I'm like, I'm gonna start embracing it. And then when I would talk about my history a lot of times, and because I did used to lie about my age to people, but that's a sensitive topic. In the gay scene, bitch, you is old as shit, bitch. When you 30, they be like, oh, you 30?
Well, let's tell
So-
them why. Wait, we can't just throw that out there like that. We got to tell them why. So
It ain't
Well,
a
why?
good reason. What's
no,
the reason?
it's
like-
not about that. It's just because most of us come from such a ballroom competition background. We say, most of us, I came out at 14. So by the time you hit 30, bitch, you really 40. Like
Well,
you really
I didn't
50.
come
You
out
had
at
the
that,
mindset
yeah.
because it's like
Me either.
you
I
done, bitch. You, especially me, like you definitely explored the
everything.
world. You did everything. I'm already, mind you. I'm like, damn, I'm feeling like my kids. I'm on my gay kids. I'm like, damn, I feel like a kid. Like I feel like a grown old lady, and I'm still
What
in a
time you go to
certain
bed?
age.
Good, I don't have nothing to do with that.
Yes, it is, because you know I sleep early, so.
Seven.
but see,
She's very
she's- you
7
know,
o'clock.
she's very-
femme queen, but she's 7
She's
o'clock.
very by the book.
7 o'clock.
What we're trying to get her out of is being so book. We love the book. We love the book. Because one thing she's going to do, and the reason that I love her is because the same how she says I pour into her, she pours into me. She is the smartest motherfucking bitch in the room. A lot of times. She's going to tell you what it is, like how it is. And so, like, yeah. I know.
Thank you, Mom.
But yeah, I go to sleep at I don't know. It depends what character I am, honestly. If I'm going to sleep. Depends on it depends on the
character thing,
season.
Y'all keep talking about characters. It's interesting.
Because you know when you're like, I grew up. I have a sister and a brother, but I grew up as a only child. So and my mother sheltered me. So I was in that room building different characters in my head. And like she's here, like I'm, dancing for Britney Spears, I'm doing this. So once I got older, I had so many visions in my head that I wanted to come up with, but that's character. That's where
When,
characters
when
come
did
from.
you feel when you say like so young? Like, I'm sorry to jump back into that, but you said you were 14 when you started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot to impact. Like,
Unpack
what?
it.
Oh, you ready?
Oh, she said she ready.
I'm gonna,
Let's talk about it.
I'm
heal
here
it.
for it.
I'm healing. I went through therapy. I decided to heal and make sure the mental was right because and when you've been through some stuff, and I feel like in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to let go and let God
You
of
sure
so
do.
many
You sure
things
do.
and forgive and really let go. A lot of times I felt like I forgave, but I was holding on to that bag. I didn't know how to let go, but it's just like fuck it now. For what?
It's
So when you
almost
was
as if-
when you was 14, though, I'm sorry to cut you off. When you say you came in the scene at 14, did you come in the scene and like raise yourself? Was like you raising yourself?
No,
at
I
that
was
age,
looking
was you
for-
outside or was you still at home and just creeping out to the
Oh,
scene?
no. So I came into the scene because I went to, I don't know if y'all heard of Gramercy, but I went into this, the LGBT group home, Gramercy, that was located in the city. So everybody around me, because I was sheltered and I was a sheltered child, but my mother was always at work. So just imagine that.
A lot of us.
So my mother was at work while I was in the house alone by myself trying to figure things out. And so when I got around the scene, everybody around me was my teacher. Every little thing, like everything I was learning while I was walking. And it was kind of like, okay, and I was making a lot of mistakes, but I never looked at that as bad though. But what I did, I got a lot of broken hearts because I trusted so easily. I wanted everyone to like me. And some people are, when you hurt people are going to hurt you. It's just a natural thing they're going to do. And I didn't understand that at a young age. I thought that you was genuinely supposed to love me because I was giving you my heart. So.
Okay. So I feel like since we're getting to know, I feel like since this is like an introduction to who we are, some of those things definitely need to come out. Like, because I come from a different generation.
Basically, I want to be nosy.
Bitch, yeah. No, it's not that I want to be nosy, but I'm very. What you will learn about me though is that I really love to understand why people are the way they are.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's either from just like how we was brought up or traumas, like just all type of things. So a lot of times when I ask those type of questions, I just want to know. Like I was saying, I'm from a different generation, whereas like in the beginning. And then we'll go to commercial in a minute, but in the beginning, I wasn't able to say like I'm trans. You know what I'm saying? It was a time, bitch. We wasn't
that's
giving
a
that
good
bitch.
touchy topic
Like we
for a
wasn't
lot of
giving that.
people.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we
let's
wasn't giving that.
touch on that when we come back.
Okay.
Because that's a lengthy one.
Okay.
Dysphoria is really big in the community of us ladies. But yeah, we'll come back.
Okay, we'll be back. You heard her.
So like I was saying, I come from a generation where it was like we were living stealth lives. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't just like, oh, I'm trans. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different. I could even recall the day like on social media when I just was like, I'm trans. Like, it was like, okay, like I didn't want to do that. Like seeing the newer girls be able to post who they were, like private, like, prior, and then showing like their, them and their growth or whatever. And I used to be like, why would they do that? Like, and that was me. Like now that I've grown and now it's more of a pride thing, like you can feel comfortable with who you are and you can really just be like, because I battled that. Like, even though like, I'm outside now, you know what I'm saying? Before I used to be more like, I missed out on doing a lot of things because I didn't want to say I'm trans. Like, so for me, this podcast and a lot of other things that I'm doing now is like a second win for me because it's like another rebirth for me because it's like, oh, bitch, I'm getting back to the things that I love to do and I can still be comfortable in who I am doing them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not really trying to hide.
That's true. I mean, because really, you're right. Like, back in the day, like, to be real wasn't defined by, like, ballroom. Realness was, like, something that you had to do in order to blend in to be safe.
Yeah.
So, like, language wasn't there. So it was either you was one thing or the other, or that was it. So having language kind of gave us, like, a sense of who we are. Like, I struggled with that for a very long time. You know, I've always was picked on, you know, even in school when I was coming up because I was always different. I was talented, but I was different. And not different in regards to identity. People used to make fun of me of the way I speak.
Oh, me too.
You know, and that triggered me, you know, because I felt like I had to speak like them in order to blend in. Because if I articulated my emotion, then I was like a nerd or I was bullied on top of being queer. Yeah. And, you know, and I know queer is an outdated language, so forgive me, audience. But for me, it was
Is
just
that
different.
what we don't say queer no more?
No, queer was actually a term that was used to justify violence against people. Like it was like
I
a
thought that was
connotation.
like
It was a
sissy and stuff
connotation
like
of
that.
like different. Like they're queer, they're different, so we beat them up. You know, it kind of justified the attack in certain spaces. So there's a lot of elders who don't subscribe to the word queer. A lot of youth use that because it's more like common language. Or we're queer, we're here, get used to it, those type of mantras. But when I came up, you're right. Like we didn't have those, like you didn't just come out and say you were trans. And then the more you were able to blend in, the more you were susceptible to violence. Because most people would think that, oh, you're so beautiful, you're going to pass and you're going to be okay. But that's not the case.
It's harder to tell when you can pass. Like it's, you know, I feel like if they know, bitch, it's giving, oh, bitch, you already know what it's giving, child. But when you have to like break it down, like, no, you know, nowadays, child,
It's out there
they hit you
everywhere.
up asking
And
you
it
how
was
big
probably-
is it?
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
girl,
probably different.
I'm
I
like,
hate it.
girl,
I
be
really
so
hate
over
it's just
that.
so annoying. I feel like we're
Exactly.
so
Yeah,
it's
we
like
don't
it's
like that.
it's like
Well,
I
some
feel like
people
now
do,
that
but-
they know us, it's like it's more all in your business. It's like and then speaking about us when they really don't, it's not no education at all. And no
But then
even
the right
type
people
of
should be speaking about us and not just
I
everyone.
feel like there
should
would never
able
be
to
right
speak to
the right
ex-
person.
But it
Because
is,
we're
right?
all completely different.
So
There's
we are
always going to
different.
be someone that disagrees what you just said to that interviewer.
Exactly. But here's the thing. That's why it's so important that we each get to tell our
And
story.
that's why we
Different
and that's why we
Right.
have this space.
I don't think that I feel like I always say if you haven't gone through a transition, you
And I'm
probably will
still
never
sipping.
fully understand it. Like, you know, you probably will forever have questions, but just respect it, honey. Like for me, I just want to be humanized. Like even with doing this, like when you read the comments and stuff of how people go in on someone just because they are trans, especially our community.
Projection.
Like,
But again,
black
that's
people,
a westernized
please
civilization.
stop. Like,
That's a real patriarch and a westernized way to look at it. Because in other cultures, we're revered in certain spaces. So again, it's like it depends on where you're at. You understand? And we come from different backgrounds and we come from different generations. Like I said, like when I was out, I was very young running around, but I also had support. You know, my family wasn't as broken. You know, I did have like a very spiritual background. I came up in the church. The only thing that I felt different about is when people told me I was different. But my grandmother never let me feel that I was different.
Okay, shout out to the grandmothers because my nana was my number one fan. Like that's who I wanted to be like. She was so classy. I am classy. I got a little hood, but you know, like she was the one that I really, really wanted to be like, and I got a lot of support from home too.
It was my aunt for me. My aunt Michelle. Shout out to my aunt Michelle. It was
Let me
definitely
tell
my
you something.
aunt.
There was this one lady
My
named Sugar
aunt.
Mama that used to have these white go-go boots in my hood. And when I saw Sugar Mama, I knew I wanted to be like Sugar Mama. So I started to walk around in them shoes. I remember my grandmother caught me. She didn't beat me. She said, "You better take them off for your grandpa to come in this room." And he would come in there and say all them type of words. You know them words, you know, sugar. You know, back then they said you had sugar in your tank. They didn't, you know, they was very respectful about how they did it. But today, like, I think a part of us, like, actualizing who we are and saying who we are actually helps us to stand in our truth. And we say those things. We use those. Stand in your truth. Stand
Well, who
in
are
your
you?
power.
Speaking of
But I
that,
feel
like,
like
let
why
us
do we
know
have to
who-
stand in something? I feel like that's the thing I hate. It's like I hate living in such a box. It's like I'm not standing in nothing. Today I might be this. Tomorrow I might be this. I'm not talking about my identity and what I identify as, but just the character that I am. Like, it's just like someone always needs to
keep saying that
know.
word, character.
No, because I feel like there's always someone trying to tell you, I need you to stand because I need to understand who you are. And instead of minding your business, stop trying to project on who a lot of times people are just projecting. They're projecting their pain, their trauma, what they understand what life is to be onto others. And I feel like we need to jump out of that box, and especially in our Black and brown, our community, we look at things in such a straight line. And I feel like that's the problem. Even when we went back into far and speaking, like coming out and saying trans, I feel like even generations, when it comes to trans women, we look down at other generations for having things that you opened the door for. I think people don't even understand when you open the door, people don't know how to accept that these girls get to walk through the door, that you don't get to walk through that door now.
I also
I mean, I feel like go ahead. I'm sorry, I mean,
I'm saying, but I also think
speaking
that
on
there
it.
is like that's different for different people.
Yeah.
Because there are people who don't care about that open door. You have a new generation that's not asking permission. They're going
Not
to do
even
what
that,
they want
like,
to do,
there were
and they don't really care to hear about the struggle because they reap the benefits.
Yeah, but when I'm in the mud and I'm talking to these young individuals, they're saying that the older girls are so shady. They don't even have an understanding.
I think that
like,
the older
thank
girls,
God,
you have to like sometimes you can't
I'm
say
so
all
happy.
the older girls.
No, not all. But
I was gonna say
I'm
not
not
all.
saying for me because that's not my experience.
Right.
I understand the older generations and why they're so in the way that they are. I have a bigger, definitely understanding. I came out at such a time. Even though I was 14, I was really young. I came out with respect. I came out with like, bitch, first of all, she's beautiful. I felt every single one were beautiful off of
But
the
you
fact that
also
you
have to
decided.
understand-
And so I just had an automatic respect because of these individuals are growing up in homes where everyone, their parent, I feel like everything starts at home. So I feel like because they don't have a sense of respect, which starts there, they're not going to respect the older generation's opinion on them.
They
That
don't
you
respect
should.
nobody these days. Too,
Well, I don't
course
want to
not.
say
also
that.
They're
but
beating
also
their mothers.
with the girls, I feel like if we're talking about trans women, like a lot of times they may not understand the progression because a lot of trans women transition to be a woman. Like well back then, especially.
For me.
I mean, I can't say everybody, but I know for me, honestly and truly, like it was growth because when I transitioned, like you couldn't tell me I wasn't just gonna be this woman, bitch, and like I was
Right.
just gonna like, you know what I'm saying, just like end up moving away eventually and nobody was gonna know. I had this in my head, like I didn't want like to hear all of that. It just reminded me that I was different and that I was being put in that box. It took growth for me and like, getting older and maturing that I was like, okay, like it is what it is. And bitch, I don't have to let them keep me in this box, bitch. I could be great in it because everybody's in a box. I talked to this lady one day. She was like, "I'm fat, bitch. They put me in a box too," and I was like, "Well, I guess so. I guess."
And that's that's a sad life. Like, you don't feel
but
it's a sad life.
you can't allow nobody to put no lid on your box, bitch.
But it's like you get,
Facts.
but sometimes you get accustomed to that life because every time you leave your safe zone, there's someone always reminding you, especially when you haven't hit that hill or your best version self yet.
But
You're
also-
always
That's why you
getting
gotta
tapped.
respect the front line
And
for
get
the
back
I
into.
also
I'm
think
telling you,
that to be-
therapy is very important
We're
in
gonna
our
talk about
community.
that. We're gonna
Therapy
talk
is
about
very
therapy.
important in our community. I'm just gonna say
Well,
that.
y'all know we could go deeper. How
So,
about
but
this?
wait a minute.
This
Let me
is
say
the
this,
pers-
wait, before we go, let me say this, right? We have to also understand the generational gap. There was a whole generation that was totally ravished by the HIV epidemic. And for 7 years, they didn't bring no resources to the Black community, especially the Black LGBTQ community, right? So I came up when it was running rampant, and you would see somebody today, they would die tomorrow. But also, we had an umbrella where we was actually able to get some of that knowledge. And I think when we're in the mud and we're talking to the kids, they want some of that, but so much of it is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they have to, like you did, navigate for yourself and try to figure it out. So that's where their independence come in, where they're like, I'm not asking permission. Like, I got to do what I got to do. And I respect that because I raise kids. And my kids teach me more about them than I'm able to give them.
I don't respect it. I think it's just an entitlement of just assuming that you already where you need to be yet. And I feel like you already got your big girl's panties on and you're not even filling out the pants yet. I feel like it's like this thing that is like education is necessary, especially in our community. Like, be motivated, be inspired. Growth is all, until you die, you are always growing. And I think people are just not accepting the fact that, baby, you're not where you need to be at. It's okay.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Like, go in the oven a little bit more.
Marinate.
Yeah,
Let it
like,
marinate.
throw a little picante on
No
it.
shade.
Or take the margiela
No,
bouquet.
I think that is the important part of it. I think when you actually
The
sit
margiela
back, when
bouquet
you
of the
sit,
Spears.
are these house?
She's not going to answer that.
Girl, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, y'all lost.
Are they talking
Y'all
about
lost me.
Manjala?
I'm just kidding.
They are both men. Can we say their name? Wow. What's that amazing house?
Girl, I don't know how did y'all get on that. But
I'm
what
just-
I was gonna go back to.
You know
because
she
we
had
all
to
getting
plug in
lost.
the house.
No. But if we gonna plug, if we gonna plug anything, shouts to K Makeup for laying these mugs down.
Okay, yeah.
And shout out to my girl Simone for
Yeah,
tearing
K,
this
you said
motherfucking
Zane,
mug
K,
up. No
K,
shade,
my
K.
face.
Yes, I know Miss K from back in the day. I met her a very long time. She was walking mug and tearing it up. No shade.
So y'all, like, one thing that does connect us too is like ballroom here. Like, people need to know that that is where our connection starts, is in ballroom. So I guess we can kind of, because I was trying to get y'all to tell me too, like, so we could talk about who we are, like, if people could know, like, who you are. Then we got cut off, we get into these conversations, and then we will just lose
We
it.
do it
But,
all the time.
But
but what's up?
you
Tell us a
know.
little bit. Let's talk about, like, just,
Who you are?
Why
Why are you looking
Why
at
are you
me?
looking at me? I
though?
gotta go first.
But why I gotta go
I know I'm the
first?
baby, but for real.
Oh, so we gonna do age before?
No, I'm just saying they always
Somebody
looking at
just
me.
go.
It's like
Cause
attack.
I'm
By their
like,
daughter.
yeah.
What's going on?
Well,
Okay, so, like, because I'm not going to do this.
I'm gonna wait my turn. You better wait your turn.
That
okay,
bitch.
so I'm Tabytha Gonzalez. I am a part of Ballroom. My first house was the House of Revlon. I was a Revlon for like 19 years. I joined the house.
Let me get
of
my
Miss
pad.
Margiela. Don't do that because I know you're going to try to load me up later. So, girl, don't do it. But, I had guidance. Like, shouts to Letitia Revlon, Queen Mother Revlon. Like, she kind of really guided me throughout my whole transition for, like, every surgery and everything. And a lot of reasons why, like, kept me grounded was, like, the love that I had for community. And most of you who know my story know that I was gone for some time. But prior to that, like, it was excitement. It was love. It was ballroom, and love was always the message. We had some
Shake
shit going
the
on.
building, bitch.
We had some shit
Shake
going on,
the
but
building.
love was always the message, And I heard you all, if you tried me about, you could tell I'm from a different generation by my
Oh
performance.
no, but that was a baby. That was a I was giving you your round of applause, baby, because if you from back in the day, but you tearing the building up from the back. That's the
Yeah, I try to
education.
have
You
fun,
you can
yeah.
take people can take it as for what it is because they think about the age, but I feel like I feel like you don't really do the ballroom or the floor service if you're not from back in the day no more because they understand, baby. I'm about to wake this place up. I remember being so young, and I am Asia, 007 legendary.
Come on,
And but I come into the scene and at a young age, and I came with my gay parent at the time, and some family, and I'm looking at this place, and I'm seeing these Sanayas, I'm seeing Mercedes, I'm seeing these girls walk into this place as bitches as the girls. It is just like this energy from
that
just
is so
coming
lit.
in, and it's just. Mind you, the bass that I don't know if the DJ has some type of bass or what was going on with the
was
DJ.
the drums.
It was
It
like
was the
this shit.
crashes.
It was like this drama that made you feel like I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm here forever. Like I always felt like
It's a call and
this.
response.
Yes, I felt like this was
It's an
my. It's like I want to
ancestral
be
thing.
here.
Yes.
Like how you don't know what you want to do in life, and I was like I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this. But when I touched ballroom, I was just like. I saw so much creative people. I saw bitches coming out in wings. I remember when Michelle had wings on her eyes. It was just so explored. Like people explored their creativity. And when you see that being from the LGBT community and told that what you have is not really great, and you see that, it's just like, oh yeah.
And
Bitch,
see, and this
excuse
is
me?
why-
Yeah, see, so I started the reason that I got into ballroom is because I came from the entertainment world. I was in Tyler Perry's first play, I Know I've Been Changed, and I loved audiences.
Yes, come on.
I did. I am the queen mother. I am a founder of the House of Mason
Say it
Margiela
again.
and ballroom because a lot of the female figures in ballrooms, we don't have too many founders because like you said, there's patriarch. But so that's where I started. For me, it was like I loved audience. I just wanted to put on. And so it was like stage, audience. Like, it was my peers, so that's how I got in it. And I've been in it for a very long time. So when I was trying to get you to let me know, like about me, since nobody wanted to say who they are.
So wait a minute now. That's not fair.
I am an actress. I'm also a singer. I kind of got lost in my transition because back then I started making money real fast. I just wanted to look good. I just wanted to make my money. And so that took over my whole brain at that time. Plus, I felt like I couldn't be like, oh, I'm trans, I'm a singer, I'm an actress. Like, I felt like it would just come to a wall, back then.
That was the time,
but now, this is my second win. I'm outside. I just landed a major part. I can't talk about it right now because until I signed the contract, but they did congratulate me, offering me the role.
Well, just give me a ticket to the...
Yeah. Let's toast to that for 10.
So y'all, let's take another break.
Another one?
Yeah, just a little light break.
But for the record, I'm Tabytha.
It's too late, girl. You should have done
Margiela. But I'll tell you more about that when I come back. I'm a little saucy. Blame Asia.
I need her. I need her out that bag. So I want her to wake up. Drink up, girl. Come on. We at the bar.
Know what's finna
We at the
happen.
bar. They buying drinks.
I'm married, though.
They buying drinks, though.
No, nobody's buying me drinks.
They are buying drinks.
All right, we'll be back.
Y'all were fighting in the back.
Don't be like that.
They don't want me to tell it. No, anyway, guys.
It's not fighting.
Really?
No, she was just being a mom.
Oh.
No, I just wanted you guys to let them know why we're here.
Well, the basis that we're here is because we definitely want it to be a space for us to show how individuals we are, like how much of individuals we are, a space that we get to see, we get to be, we get to speak.
Representation.
Yeah, it's just needed because there's so many speaking for us, but not really from us, not understanding who we are, or from a positive split, a positive space. So,
I mean, for me, it was different. I mean, like both of you, especially you, like make me feel like I can be myself. Come on. Angel.
I'm king. I'm king.
No, but both of you, because I have a way about me where I intellectualize my emotions, and y'all was one of the first people to not make me feel weird about it, which makes me very comfortable talking to you. So that was the alignment right away.
So what you got going on? Because I know you have a lot of things going on. I want to know. You're a big girl.
Well, hopefully I will be writing a book really soon, and the book will be out. I will be going next week to be interviewed with John Legend. So
let's go.
It will be airing on MSNBC. I'm very excited about that. We never
congratulations.
really talk about the impact as a culture, as a Black communities, and where our voices are never really centered there.
Yeah.
So this is a huge thing for me. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous, but public speaking, working for commissions in the city, it kind of already sets me up to do that.
Yeah.
But to be with someone who I admire his music and I love, when I was going through things like his music, Ordinary People and stuff like that, kind of
ordinary people.
Yes.
And you was also in some amazing documentaries, that touched places like HBO.
Yes, honey. Let's talk
Real
about
man.
it. HBO, the documentary Stroll. Go and look at it if you haven't looked at it. It's a very amazing film. I'm also a mom. And I didn't say it before. I am Tabytha Mason Margiela, and I'm going to take liberty and say that because you've made me feel more of a person that I can stand on my shit and just be who I am. Girl, and that comes from the confidence that you also gave Asia, right? Because you said when you looked at her, she made you feel comfortable.
Oh, definitely. I would never. I understand the greats. I
Well,
respect the greats for in a different baby.
In you, right? And you've been
I see
that
spirit,
way.
so I
much
understand
so,
it.
Thank you for loving me and being there for me. And the reason why I felt like I wanted to be on this show is to add that piece to it, the awareness around things that impact us as a community. And just to kind of let my guard down and let other people see the other side of me. I'm more than just your advocate or ballroom advocate. I'm more than just a mother. I'm more than just a wife. And I want people to be able to see that. And I want people to understand our messaging. You can't put us in the box. We're not all the same. And you're going to see that from this show.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm tapping into my creative space, and I'm in school right now for communications. I want to get into creative directing.
I went to school for communication.
Really?
I didn't
Okay.
finish.
I'm in school now. Though.
Yeah.
So we all, we take the same class.
That's
Yes. So
Where my
that's
girls
important
at?
for me,
From the front
honestly,
to the
because I being in ballroom for so long, which I love, and thank you to ballroom that really taught me to embrace my creative mindset. And I have met some amazing people who I was able to conversate with, and I let them know how creative I was. I let them into that vulnerability of me. And I was just like, no. I was like, oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this. No, bitch, I'm a visionary. I got so much inside of me. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me tap in. And I'm just like, now, I have flown to Australia, places like Russia,
baby.
places like, Lyon, France, and London, and taught different people and just really tried to teach them themselves. Like, instead of teaching them my performance, when I was going places, I was basically teaching people. But my main thing wasn't to teach them Asia. It was to teach them themselves. I think that's what ballroom is about. And going, so whenever I used to travel, it just made me see myself in such as a creative person. And I'm just like, I need my skills. I want to really take this further. And so that's what I'm doing now.
So that's good. I feel like people will get to see us in a different light. Especially those girls who they live for Asia, they live for Tabytha, or just people, period. What warms my heart is when I do have the younger generation say, you inspired me, or what have you. Now they get to see a different side of us, not just the competitive side. They can see this side of us where we can pour into them, and they can see representation of themselves.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Not only are we trans women, we're 3
different generations.
Brown, colored, whatever you want to call it.
It's so many things.
Let's not get into the color thing.
It's so many colors.
Just did the Beyonce.
Another thing we need to say, honey, is our opinions is our opinions, and sometimes we may be wrong. It's just how we feel. It's a learning process.
Yeah.
We're here to learn,
It can
honey.
get a little crazy.
I've learned
sexy.
things. I don't say
But
things
it's
the way I
always
said them
cool.
before, but that was
it.
cute.
That was cute.
So what's up? Well, let's play shout.
Well,
So let's let our hair down.
Okay.
And let's play this little shot hour game. So
Crazy and sexy and cool. Is that crazy and sexy cool hour?
Yeah, so what we do is we take shots. If you don't answer the question.
Oh, he's back again.
Wait.
He's back
So,
again.
y'all,
Look
this
at
is the
him.
crazy, sexy, cool hour. This is where we ask the crazy, sexy, cool questions. And
babe,
if
can
you
come
don't
to
want
the
to
front?
answer
Can
the
you come to the
question,
front, please?
she
We
wants
need
to
to
talk
see you.
over me, but it's okay.
Can you come to the front, please? No.
See what happens?
It's okay. You
let's
can come
take
this
it back.
way.
She wants to take the direct. They said she says she's in her creative space.
I'm just saying. I wanted to see who was in. Giving me my.
No, we're about to
drinks.
give him
That's
his
all.
life, but can we tell him the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. I just wanted to see my.
The game. So, look, this is where we ask crazy, sexy, cool questions, and if you don't take it, then you have to take. If you don't want to answer the question, you don't have to take a shot. But let's introduce this mother. Can I curse? Bleep me out, this motherfucking handsome man, Miyaki Mugler, the new face of okay. You better tell it. Wait a minute, you should have told me you was gonna do that. Because then I would have I would have gave a little profile or something.
She purred out. You gotta catch
no.
your fifth quick.
I know, but he's out of here. He's a little nervous on next, but I know when they hit, I can tell the ones that's gonna hit, baby. And he's gonna definitely. Y'all just look out for him because when she sits,
Mugler.
you know I like a little chocolate.
Prototype.
Yeah, he's gonna tell you. I brought Zarek. I didn't bring Zarek out, but I let him walk with me the first time, and that and he reminds me so much of Zarek back then, when Zarek was young. He does. So.
Yeah. So again, this is crazy and sexy and cool
She
hour.
got her questions.
I definitely have my questions, and I'm going to start with the iconic
Oh my God.
Yes.
Tempress.
What's up? I'm an open book.
I'm gonna be a sexy one first. I'm gonna do a sexy one. What was one of your awkward, sexiest moments? Or you can take a shot.
Awkward? Well, if it was
Like
awkward,
an
I don't
awkward.
know how sexy that is.
When you during your sexiest moment, it can be anything. During sex, during time you were just feeling sexy. What was awkward?
Okay, I had drank too much. I was in the middle of sex and I threw up. I really. And then Vince.
I guess she wasn't being in her
shout out to
femme queen in the
Lachey. And then
moment.
Vince. I was not, yes, so that was very awkward. It was not sexy, but it was during sex.
Yeah.
I was
That was
just
a little bit crazy though. So what you
Yeah, I
got
guess
for
so.
crazy?
Oh no, I have some crazy stuff. I have something for you too, but I'm gonna let you go next. You have to, you
No,
have
I
to
thought you was
actually.
gonna do all three.
Wow, no, I'm not gonna spill all my
Okay, so we
stuff
do the
first.
crazy. What was that? Crazy?
Oh, you want me to ask you another one? I can ask you now if you just want to keep going.
Bitch, get it out the way.
Okay, okay, so we'll take it to crazy. During your ballroom, oh my God,
She is really prepared.
Yes,
y'all.
I am.
No.
During your ballroom career, what is one house that you hated while you were apart? Or you can take a shot. Wow. Wait. Let me say the question again so my viewers can hear this. During your ballroom career, what is one house that you hated you were a part of?
So I feel like I think hate,
Oh, you can take a
I
shot.
feel like hate is such a strong word.
But you left. So which one?
Bitch, I left a few.
Which one?
So I feel like I don't want to shun the house. This was like specifically a person.
Because she's still in ballroom.
So I would say like, what I would say where I didn't have the best time, and it was because me and leadership just wasn't on one accord. Is and not all leadership, because I do love Jay Blahnik. Shout out to Jay Blahnik, and I think he did introduce me to, some wonderful things in the process. But my counterpart was Camaro. Love you, Dale Camaro, but we're just not like that kind of
I
like
love you,
happened.
Camaro.
It kind of happened at the last minute, that part, and I was like, so I would just say that I didn't really fit in Blahnik.
Blahnik, okay.
Yeah.
That took Baby long.
Sorry, I was trying to be politically correct. No.
This is a cool question. What is one conversation you had with someone that touched your heart that you kept private to your heart forever? That you kept private to yourself?
What's crazy is like I've had prophecies in some of the weirdest places, like even like in the gay club. I've had people who stand out to me who had such an intense spirituality that they will always say stuff to me like,
You said during the what?
like in the club and stuff.
That was the drugs.
No, it was.
Yo.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Why would it have to have been
She is
drugs?
so
Because you ever notice when you're having
No,
when you're
but
at a when you're at a
sometimes
club?
it brings it out, bitch. No, but these people, they were, well, I
That
don't
is
know.
so.
It's
Anyway.
just honesty hour.
Anyway, it aligned with
Oh,
other
wait.
people who
Okay.
wasn't high.
Okay.
And people have always told me that, basically they seen the entertainment in me and that I should be entertaining and that a lot of people are supposed to hear from me. I've heard for a very long time or whatever. So it just really stood out to me at the club because it was like, yo, are you really doing this right now? Like, and they would just say, there's just something spiritually about you. Okay, girl, go to the next question, buddy, because let me think of some questions for her. Bitch.
Okay, so I'm
You
gonna
gotta
go.
grab her. I want the edges.
So
here.
I'm going to tap into my sister Tabytha.
I'm gonna
go.
start drinking.
I'm gonna go to the cool question. What keeps you humble?
Grace and therapy.
I would need a situation, like a situation, something that really. I want you to give the viewers something that really keeps you at a place of like, okay,
That humbled you.
and keeps
Like in
you
your
humble,
journey?
that keeps you in your journey, that keeps you in a place of like,
I mean,
okay.
I'm very
She's got love.
spiritual, so there's so many different things. I would just say the supportive people that I have in my life, and one of them being my husband. Like he keeps me very humble and very grounded. I love him so much, and my kids.
What about?
When I see, what about who? Who?
Please don't whisper here. There's viewers watching. They want to know
It's a
all
joke.
the tea.
She just talked about this plenty of times. That's why she was on the show. She talked about it a lot. I would think that would have been a humbling experience.
I mean, there were a lot of people who kind of kept me humble. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was talking about your bid, girl.
Well, my bid kept me. That didn't keep me humble because I was a monster. But there was one person who kind of poured that into me, and his name was Chinesu. And I remember he had this conversation with me about, showing up as my authentic self and not being so violent. And he kind of enforced me to kind of be softer and really reflect on the type of woman I wanted to be. But what really keeps me humble is the grace of God and
Amen.
my family,
Speak on
my
it.
husband.
Amen.
So I'm going to give the ball to Tempress while I take a break on Tabytha, and you can pick whoever won, and you can ask us some questions.
Okay. Okay, so your sexy question. Who's the sexiest butch queen you've been involved with?
Oh my God, you
And a
want me to
butch queen,
clout?
let me tell y'all what
She's
butch queen
trying to
is.
like, oh my God, why do I have to give clout today? Like, why am I giving clout?
Well, oh,
These
well,
people
girl, I'm
don't need
sorry.
anything.
Oh, well. Take a drink, girl.
But you the one that set these questions up and said we can
Well,
ask
don't
whatever.
speak too quickly because I'm coming for you next.
But baby, I'm good. I have a strong stomach. I can drink.
And let me tell y'all what a
Okay.
butch queen is. First of all, a butch queen is a term. It's a gay male or whatever. It comes from the ballroom scene. A butch queen could be masculine. He could be feminine. He could be whatever. All those things. That's what a butch queen
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. This year is all about me. What the fuck?
And usually the gay men don't want that. So that's why it's like,
Oh gosh,
You
I'm
have
gonna-
the gay,
Date the butch
Well,
queen.
you have the gay
let me
guys,
answer
it's
the
kinda like-
question. Let me
Okay,
answer the
who was
question.
it,
Let me
bitch?
answer the freaking question that I have been with.
Girl, it's getting hot in here.
I gotta narrow this down.
Oh, it's been a minute, girl.
Ooh,
Come
how
on,
many?
sis. Do your big
You
one.
know what?
You
No,
was
I'm gonna be.
right.
I'm
Do
gonna
your
be.
big
I'm gonna be.
one.
No,
You
I'm
spun
gonna
the
be
block a few
respectful. I'm
times.
gonna give him his flowers because he looks sickening right now. My ex, Pharrell. I'm gonna give him. Pharrell. He's sickening. I'm pretty sure you saw him. No, but
Maybe he
you
saw
know,
me.
No, I'm not gonna give him no flowers. Oh, he definitely did. So you definitely saw him. No. No, but I'm just giving him his flowers. It's no, and stuff. It's nothing like that. I just definitely he's probably the sexiest one because he looks sickening right now, and he's chewing on about the butch queen. No shit, he's chewing the crowd. Okay. And you wanna ask your
cool. So what is the coolest like you travel, you've been abroad, where's the best place you think? What was the coolest place you've been that just gave you such a warm reception and you've had such a good time being there? Because
Australia, I don't really need the rest. Freaking Australia. I love my Sydney family. I love them so much. It was just like I felt like I was touching the ground when I went there. It was like this family. I'm such an energy
Was a lot of
spiritual
money there,
person.
too.
It's definitely a lot of money. But
let's
it
talk
was just,
about
and they
it.
know
Get to
how
the
to
money.
treat a femme queen. It's like they love femme queens. It's I go to different places and it's so patriarchy. Going to Australia, they respect a fucking femme queen. They understand
do you
the
think
energy.
they respect the skin tone too? Like
Oh, definitely.
They live for the chocolate.
Yeah.
They live for
they live
the
for
melanin.
yes. They love
Yeah.
a brownie. They love a brown. They love dark. They love
Good.
color.
Good.
So, I'm going to get back to Miss Tabytha and ask her these last two questions.
Oh,
What was the final straw that made you walk away from the House of Revlon? REV.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink to that.
Oh, she's a punk. Oh,
What?
can we say punk? Oh, can we?
It wasn't.
Tabytha, can we use that word? Because Tabytha knows all about this stuff.
Girl, punk is fine. Okay, like
Okay.
I love the House of
I'm sorry, I
Revlon.
don't want the people to get people to say, the people
Hold
be
on, wait.
on us, bitch.
Wait.
The people
Go ahead,
be on
Sissy.
us.
Like I love the House of Revlon. It's my home. I guess I can sum it up like this: there wasn't a last straw. Like ballroom, when we leave
She's always
houses,
political.
People take it personal, right? But ballroom is really one community. So we all know each other. We just represent different houses.
Yeah.
So I just left the house because I had to grow, and I went down the block to my cousin's house.
Yeah.
And I lived with my sister, and I moved in with my sister, and I'm very, very happy to be a part of the Maison Margiela of the house.
I understand that because for me, it's no shade with any house that I was in previously. I'm at this space of I healed and I forgive them. Like again, I told you, I hope they forgive me. Any name I announce tonight is not shade. It's more just speaking about the past and being honest. I don't,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's definitely not about the house. It's about you and when we move on.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I think this game was like really, really
I'm
cute.
not
Did
done
you-
yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Baby. And she got to get you and me.
No, Vincent, you don't have time for that.
We definitely have time.
I
So
never did.
my crazy question for you, my sexy cool for you is, what is one thing you do to keep the spice in your bedroom with your husband? Because she is a married woman.
Well, once I got Tiffany, it kind of spiked it up a little bit.
Tell him who Tiffany is, sis.
I am a transsexual.
She's post-op.
And
Post-op,
I don't
that mean
know. My
afterward.
husband is just very passionate, so it's his passion. I don't think that will ever go away. Aside from the fact that he's younger, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that that's the way, but he was a younger person who loved me. And I love my husband completely. And it's his passion. It just keeps the fire going. It's the Colombiano in him.
I love way to go.
A mí me gusta eso, you know?
Okay,
before and
mommy, mamacita. No.
Well, I'm going to save the next round of Crazy Sexy Cool for y'all because they telling us we out of time, y'all. We out of time. So I'm going to have this drink for the questions that...
We've been drinking anyway, so bitch, the game is like...
It sounds like good night, y'all.
Yeah, I hope you guys learn something. You will be learning more about us more and more as we go along. But I think that this was so fun.
Yeah.
I love y'all. Y'all can tell we standing on business.
Very
But I
corporate.
will
I'm giving
say-
corporate CEO. I'm giving CEO.
Wait, tell them, we can't say. So a lot of words, we take the power of them and we use them as terms of endearment. So if you hear us say stuff like fish and cunt and stuff like that, that means a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, that
I'm just
depends
telling
on who you speaking
my
to.
women, my cis women out there, that's a good thing.
We're gonna explain a lot on this platform coming from our mouths, trans women. But I definitely want to just say, everyone, like, please don't if you take it personal, that's just on you. But this is a safe space for everyone. We will be speaking from different opinions, and I'm just so
only have one
thankful
thing to say,
for my
honestly.
sisters to be a part of this. This is our first episode, so
What's
again,
up?
can we take
What's
another?
up?
Can
I
we
just
just
wanted to
have
say-
another
because
one
the
chill?
girls are chat, but what
Can
I
we
do
just
want to say to
and it's not
everyone-
shade to no one or anything like that. This is all love, peace, and motherfucking soul coming from a
Absolutely.
femme
When will
queen's
this air? In
mindset.
the new year, right? So let's start off by saying Happy New Year to all of you. And we look forward to an amazing year with you.
Happy New Year
Yeah.
and peace. Deuces. See you on the next round.